today talking about Kevin Durant's legacy with the Warriors, a topic, I must say, has afforded a ton of real estate to any sports person with a microphone these days. Dre was discussing it with his buddy JJ Redick when the conversation took a bit of an interesting turn. Take a listen to this.
I don't think that team wins another championship if Kevin doesn't come. Now, you may say, oh, yeah, but y'all won the fourth one without Kevin. But there's a gap in there where teams started to figure us out. And
would you guys have beat Houston those 2 years without Kevin?
Yeah, we was beating them for sure. So, kidding me. That team was never going to beat us. It just was not going to happen.
What about the Cavs then?
We would not have beat the Cavs coming back around without Kevin. And here's why. Teams have figured us out. And I personally don't think at that point Steph Curry had figured out I'm going to get a bucket whenever I want to. I don't think he was capable of that yet. I think he was still growing into that.
Nick, do you agree with Draymond that the Warriors couldn't have beat the Cavs without Durant?
I absolutely agree. And it's why I find the count the rings when we're talking about the Jordan-LeBron thing so reductive and so irritating. Because what Draymond Green, who played in those finals, played against LeBron, is saying that if Kevin Durant hadn't chose to go to the Warriors, LeBron would have 6 titles and Jordan would have 6 titles. And what Kevin Durant chose to do has no impact whatsoever. Yeah, he did, bro. Bro, let me say what I'm going to say
what he's
before
saying.
You chime in. I understand.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, he said they wouldn't have beaten the Cavs, and 4 + 2 is 6. So, I mean, yes, that is literally what he's saying. He said we would not have beaten the Cavs, we would have beaten the Rockets, we would have lost to the Cavs. Now, you can disagree with him, but that is what he is saying. And I think we all agree Kevin Durant's life choices have no actual impact on who the better basketball player, Michael Jordan or LeBron James is, but they have a massive impact on the debate. And as has always been the case for this argument, I simply want a standard set of rules that we all agree to and we all adhere to. Because the last time we had this argument, Brew, you said that I was embarrassing myself because I dared argue that Jordan's career should be Jordan's career. That I'm going to make the crazy contention that when we talk about someone's career, it starts their first game and it ends their last game. You have said that's ridiculous. Now you're getting visibly frustrated by me saying, yeah, I think if not for X, LeBron would have more titles. But here's the thing. And Wild, you can tell me if I'm wrong. Have you heard, I don't know, your entire adult life, maybe up to and including earlier this week on this show, that Jordan would have had more titles if he didn't quit the sport? Akeem won those rings, but Jordan wasn't there for him. So we've done it with Jordan. We have said, now, by the way, Jordan didn't get banned from the sport. Jordan didn't get kicked out. Jordan chose to leave for a year and a half. Now, and then we also, with Jordan, with one of those 2 titles, because he lost, we say he was a different player in 95 because he lost to the team that Akeem beat. Disregarding the fact that the 95 playoffs, Jordan averaged more points, rebounds, assists on a better field goal percentage than he did in the 96 playoffs when they won the title. But we say that wasn't Michael Jordan. Why? Because he didn't play like that? No, he scored 48 in his first playoff game. He scored 38 3 separate times against Orlando, but they lost, so it can't be Michael Jordan. So we have no problem, Brew, no problem giving Jordan extra credit for titles maybe he would have won if he didn't quit. But Draymond Green saying, yeah, LeBron would have more titles if Kevin Durant didn't make one of the most one-of-one decisions in NBA history. You're just sloughing it off before we're even into it. So, yeah, I do think it's interesting. I do think it's intriguing. And I do think there's a different universe where Durant picks any other team in basketball and the title conversation is 6 LeBron, 6 Michael, and you Jordan folks have nary a leg to stand on.
All right, Nick, the proof that I keep whipping you in the MJ-LeBron debates is that you keep finding a way to bring it back up again. Draymond Green did not mention LeBron James. he did not mention Michael Jordan, and somehow you've turned this into a GOAT debate.
He
but
said
since
the
you went there, let's go
the
there.
titles.
And just like you said, you are, first of all, I don't think Draymond's right. I think Golden State would have come back in 2017, angry, upset, tunnel vision, focused on beating the Cavs, just like San Antonio did in 2014 against Miami and LeBron, and they would have beat them in 2017. They wiped the floor with the Cavs in the first 4 games of that series. Up 3-1, won every time, all 3 games by double figures by an average of 20
and then
points.
They lost.
What Draymond didn't say, what he should have said instead of, Steph couldn't create his own shot. He wasn't capable of doing that yet. What he should have said is, we probably wouldn't have beat the Cavs because I probably was going to get suspended because I couldn't control myself each time we played him. I wasn't capable yet of keeping myself from getting suspended, doing something silly. That's what he should have said. And then 2018, to assume that the Cavs without Kyrie Irving, that wasn't that great of a team. That was LeBron and a bunch of spare parts. Kevin Love's okay.
Sure.
Well, who knows? He left with one
said.
championship when he hit the biggest shot in NBA history.
Well,
all right, and so, you don't defer to players ever when they're on the court. Don't start deferring to Draymond now because it matches your argument. Now, they, in 18,
I'm just saying it's what he said.
The Warriors
it's what the
without
conversation's
KD.
based on.
In 18, the Warriors without KD would have beat the Cavs without Kyrie. I'm convinced of that. All right, so first of all, I'm not sure LeBron would have 6 rings. But if you want to play the what-if game, I'm Mr. Facts over feelings. Then let's play what if. What if, to your point, Jordan doesn't retire? I'm not the guy that's running around saying he would have 8 rings. But you know what? Since you play that game, I'll play it too. Yeah, Jordan would have 8 rings if he never retired, never got rusty because he was working on his ground balls and catching the ball in the outfield. It don't matter. I'm not into imaginations. All right, but I'll play your game. Let's say Mark Aguirre, a legitimate 25-point scorer who averaged 30 points one year with an average of 29.5, doesn't go to Detroit to join Hall of Famers Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Jordan probably gets through them in 88 and 89. I mean, really, you want to keep – let's say the 86 Celtics weren't so talented, weren't so chock full of Hall of Famers. Jordan probably gets through them.
Ainge was on that.
I mean, come on, man. I'm giving you – let's talk about what happened.
No.
Let's talk. I'm not just a ring count guy.
A second.
I could give you dozens, several reasons I got Jordan ahead of LeBron. Not just the 6 rings.
Hold on a second. Brew, hold on a second here. First of all, yes, I understand the Pistons got Mark Aguirre, but they gave up Adrian Dantley. And if we want to say that in 86, the Celtics were the only team that would have beat Jordan when he was swept in round 1, that's fine. But I'm not trying to relitigate that. I'm basing this off what Draymond Green said.
You're trying to relitigate 17 and 18?
No, Draymond did. Not me. Draymond did.
He didn't bring up this. He didn't bring up LeBron and Jordan?
No, he said the Cavs would have won 2 more titles. And I am saying I think that is fair then to say.
He said they wouldn't have beat him. No. You are taking that out to the nth degree. That's what you're doing.
That's not the nth degree. They played in the finals. There was no other series to be played. They're not going to play in the Eastern Conference round 2.
Take it. If Kevin Durant isn't with Golden State in those years, he's with OKC. Who's to say OKC would not have beaten Golden State and maybe played in the finals against LeBron?
Sure.
I'm just saying, who's to say they wouldn't have beat him in the second round and Houston gets to the finals? And they got to beat Cavs have to beat Houston? I mean, come on.
Fair enough.
I mean, I would take this as a compliment, actually. That you got to keep bringing it up.
Brew.
Go ahead.
Brew, the thing is this. I'm just curious, again, what the rules are. Are we – because 95 you've stricken from the record. You've stricken it. It doesn't count.
No.
Jordan didn't lose that year because you've decided that it doesn't count.
He lost.
Brew, we were just talking –
lost.
Brew, we just talked Akeem versus Shaq, and you said repeatedly the best player in the sport was playing baseball for Akeem's 2 rings. But he wasn't. He was playing baseball for one of his 2 rings. And
in the first ring, I said for the first ring.
So again,
I said for the first string. Don't tell me I said something I didn't say. I said for the first
we
string.
need to know what the rules of the argument are. I just want to know, are we allowed to, are we counting the whole career, and are we also occasionally being like playing what ifs with winning 8 straight or going to all these finals? I just don't know. Because Draymond brings up an interesting point. If KD doesn't go to the Warriors, does LeBron have 6? I think he's probably right.
Okay.
Wiles, that was very well said.
That's great. That was not.
We're going to run this back. Do it again.